Hello, if you're new here, my name is Gianna. I am 25 years old and I currently live in Chicago. I am a booktuber, I'm a book girly here. There's a little more to me than that, but this channel is pretty much focused just on books. I love reading, I love going to bookstores, I love talking about books forever. It's just like my hobby and just a passion of mine, so I thought why not bring it over to YouTube. And I've been really enjoying making videos, and I have so many awesome video ideas that I want to bring to the channel within the next few months, and I just genuinely cannot wait. I am also, some other little facts about me, I'm also applying to law school this fall, and I'm currently studying to take the LSAT in November, so wish me luck. But yeah, that's just a little bit about me. Let's just get into the video. So as you saw, we're going to be talking about the books that I want to read this fall and winter season. Mainly fall though, this is just going to be like my fall TBR, and I think we're going to have about 20 books or so, might be a little more than that. But these are the books that have just been on my radar for so long. Most of them have been sitting on my TBR for over 2 years. Some are more recent, but for the most part, they've been on my radar for so long. So I'm genuinely so excited to read them. So let's get into it. So first, we're actually going to start with this basket of books that I have here. This is my priority TBR. I wanted to just keep it somewhere separate, like this basket, so that I could just see it every day, and when I finish a book, I can just grab a book from there and then just get through it, because I really want to read these books. So we're going to start with these. So let's see, the first, I'm going to talk about the book that I'm actually reading. One of these books I'm currently reading right now, so I want to just start with that one. I'm not very far into it. It's actually The Secret History by Donna Tartt. So this one I recently started reading, I think like a week and a half ago, and this one is very dark academia. I think it was actually one of the, it's not a classic, but I know it came out in the 90s, but I feel like it's going to become a classic, and I feel like it's one of the first dark academia books. And I've been wanting to read this for so long. I've heard really great things about it, and so far I'm 85 pages in and I'm really liking it. It's just gonna take me forever to read. It's one of those books where I only really pick it up when the vibe is right, and I have to really focus while I'm reading it, and I feel really smart when I am reading it. So I am liking it, and I'm really excited to keep reading it and kind of see what happens, and just the journey that this author is going to take us through. It's already very atmospheric. I love the writing. There's a lot of I don't know, what I was talking about this with my husband the other day, how as I was reading it, it really reminds me of The Great Gatsby, and not necessarily in the way that The Great Gatsby was written, but the way that that our main character is written, and we're in his mind, and it reminds me a lot of the way that, I forgot his name, with the main guy from, not Gatsby, but the writer guy who kind of loses his mind. The way that he was so infatuated with Gatsby is what this reminds me of, with the way that our main character, I forgot his name right now, but our main character in this book is so fascinated with the group of students at this school. And so yeah, that's what it reminds me of, and I love The Great Gatsby, so I feel like I'm gonna keep enjoying this. Next book is Belladonna by Adeline Grace. This one is actually the UK cover, and look how beautiful it is. It's so pretty, and I got it from the Blackwell's website. I got it last year, I think, but this book has been on my radar since it came out. It's like a gothic YA fantasy romance, and I know that the main love interest is Death, which is just right in my alley, and I genuinely cannot wait for this one. And I know that it's part of a trilogy now, and I've heard nothing but good things, so I cannot wait to hear it. It says, "Your name is no curse, little bird, I just like the taste of it." And I think that Death, that it calls her little bird, which I think is really interesting. So Stephanie Garber wrote a little thing, "Deliciously Deadly." So I'm really excited about this one. And then this book I'm actually going to pick up, I think, today. This is The Sundown Motel by Simone St. James. So this book, or this author, has been on my radar for a really long time. I've had this book for like 3 years now, and I just know I'm gonna love it. I hear nothing but good things about this book and this author in general. I know that she has a newer book that came out this year called Murder Road, and I do really want to read that one, but I'm gonna read this one first because it's been on my TBR for too long. I cannot keep pushing it off, and I just know that I'm gonna love it. So like, why am I taking so long? And then this one's a little bit different. This is Looking for Love in All the Haunted Places by Claire Kahn. So this author, I actually read her debut novel, which came out I think like 3 years ago. It's a summer book, and I can't think of the name of it right now. I'll put it over here. And I think that was her debut novel, and I really enjoyed that book. And like I said, I read it in the summer when it came out, and it was just really good. So this is her most recent release, and I'm really excited about this one. I hope that I like it. I don't really know much about it. I think it's more so going to be like a rom-com, spooky type of setting. It says, Lucky Hart has a special affinity for the supernatural, but almost no one takes parapsychology seriously. She's estranged from her family, lost her friends, and has been rejected from graduate school twice. But her big break finally arrives when she gets insider info about a troubled production company. Every actor on their new show mysteriously quits after spending 3 nights inside Hennessy House, an old Victorian with a notorious reputation. And then she meets Maverick Phillips. A chemistry instantly crackles between them. Cool. Okay, so I think this one seems like the perfect like cozy fall romance. So I definitely will be getting to this one probably when I need like a palate cleanser. And this next book is very similar. You've probably heard about this. This is The X-Hex by Erin Sterling. This one, along with this book, I think these are going to be my palate cleansers. So I think I'm going to read both of these in October when I'm kind of needing like October or November when I'm kind of needing like a palate cleanser, something a little more fluffy and light and just like cozy, because this one I know is definitely rom-com, and it's set in like a small town. The main character is a witch, and she falls in love, and I've heard that the town that it's set in reminds people of the town where Gilmore Girls is set in, and like Halloween Town, so just very cozy vibes. And then we have The Inheritance Games by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. This one I feel like I'm the only person who has not read this book yet. I know it was going viral and everyone loves it. I just have yet to read it, and I don't know why, because I know a lot of people compare this book to Knives Out, and I love that movie, so I feel like I'm really going to enjoy this. This one's part of a series, and I think there's 5 books, so don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure. So I only have the first book. I'm going to see how I like it, and then we'll see if I get the rest. Now, this next book is a brick of a book, and that is A Court of Wings and Ruin by Sarah J. Maas. So I read ACOTAR and then A Court of Mist and Fury, I think in February and March, and I absolutely loved them, but I decided to take a break before going into book 3 because I wanted to wait for the fall and winter time. I feel like it's just the best time to read fantasy books, so I'll be buddy reading this one with one of my best friends, and I think she's just about to finish the second book, so we're going to be reading this one together, and I cannot wait to get back into this world and see these characters again and just be back into this book and this series. I'm genuinely so excited because like I said, I really loved A Court of Mist and Fury, and the way that it ended was kind of like a cliffhanger almost, and I want to know like what else is going to happen. And then we have Truly Devious by Maureen Johnson. This book is another one I've had for like 2 or 3 years now. I genuinely feel like I will love it. I just have yet to pick it up for some reason. This is a YA, like a mystery thriller. I think that it's set in a boarding school, and there was a murder, and the main girl in the book I think is trying to solve this murder, and there's like riddles and all kinds of things going on, and I genuinely feel like I'm gonna love it. So this book is on my really high priority. Like I think I'm gonna read this month because I'm so excited. Like it literally says in the back, look, a riddle, time for fun. Should we use a rope or gun? That's crazy. That's crazy. I'm really excited. And then this next one is a bit different than all the other books that I'm going to be talking about. This one's actually a nonfiction book, and this is Beautiful Boy by David Sheff. And this book was actually turned into a movie, and this is the movie cover. I have that book, and this one is basically about, so the guy who wrote it, he is a dad, and he talks about the story of how his son struggles with addiction, and that is what this whole book is about, this memoir. And I know it's going to be really sad, but I think that it's also going to be just a really good book, and I really want to hear his story, and then I want to watch the movie after. And then the next one, I feel like I've talked about it on this channel, I don't know, but this is The Predator by Runix. This one I have had forever, and everyone keeps telling me to read it, and I don't know why I'm taking so long, especially because I loved Gothicana by Runix, and I love mafia romances, and everyone says that this one's really, really good. And I've been thinking of doing like a reading vlog for this series and filming me reading the whole series and like giving my thoughts and opinions. I know Larry Reed's did that, and I loved watching hers, and it was spoiler free. I think I'm gonna make one and make it spoiler and just like talk about my thoughts with this. So yes, that also brings me to the next thing. The other book that I really want to, or series that I really want to read this fall is Twilight. I want to read the Twilight series. I've never read the books. Loved the movies, but never read the books. And I also want to make that into a reading vlog. I feel like that'd be so fun, and I just can't believe I haven't read those books yet, so I want to do that. I just think that that would be a blast and perfect for like October or November. I might save that for November, but I'll definitely vlog it for you guys because I feel like that'd be so fun. And then the next one we have is Good Material by Dolly Alderton. So this one I was drew in from the cover, and then the premise of it was really cool. So basically it is, the main character is a man, and it's basically about a breakup, and it's in his point of view. So it says, Andy loves Jen, Jen loved Andy, and he can't work out why she stopped. Now he is without a home, waiting for his stand-up career to take off, wondering why everyone else around him seems to have grown up while he wasn't looking. Set adrift on a sea of heartbreak, Andy clings to the idea of solving the puzzle of his ruined relationship, because if he can find the answer to that, then maybe Jen can find her way back to him. But Andy still has a lot to learn, not least his ex-girlfriend's side of the story. I don't know, it just sounded really intriguing, and I know a lot of people love Dolly Alderton's books, so I wanted to give them a try. Okay, so next are the last few physical books that I have. The rest are going to be just a few on my Kindle. So we have The Unbecoming of Mara Dyer by Michelle Hodkin. This one I bought last year, and then I started it, and I only made the first like 10 pages, and then for some reason I just stopped reading it. Not because the book wasn't good, because just based off the first like 10 pages I was already really intrigued, and I love this setting and the writing style, but I think I just got like distracted and I wanted to read something else. So I'm not sure what happened there, but I do want to read this one, and I know this is part of a trilogy. This is the first book, so I'm hoping that I love it, and then that I can go into the next series, or not the next series, the next book. So I cannot wait for this one. And then these next two books I'm going to talk about at the same time because they are part of a series. I only have the first two, but we have Once Upon a Broken Heart and The Ballad of Never After by Stephanie Garber. So these are fantasy books, and I have had them on my TBR for so long, and I feel like I will love them. These covers are just gorgeous. Like, these are the UK covers. I got these from Blackwell, same thing with Belladonna, and there's a third book that I do not have yet, but I've heard really, really good things about this. I'm curious to see if I will like it, just because I don't really read much fantasy, and I know that this one is not, it's not really like high stakes, but I feel like I'll like it. So I don't know, we'll see. I'm gonna try it and see what happens. And then this next one I'm really excited about, also a little nervous, but this is Beartown by Frederick Backman. So I have heard amazing things about this book, and I genuinely cannot wait to read it. I've heard amazing things about this book and about this author. I've heard that it is life-changing and emotional and just overall a really, really good book. And I'm really, really excited about this. I'm definitely going to be picking this up probably in November. I think that's a perfect time when it's like chilly and just to kind of like cozy up and cry because I feel like this is going to be sad. So yeah, there's that. And then same thing with this one. So we have Magnolia Park's Into the Dark by Jessa Hastings. So this is part of a series. This is the 5th book in the Magnolia Park series, and this is the last Magnolia Park's book. And I had read this on my Kindle. I read like half of it on my Kindle and then just like stopped. I have no idea why. So what I want to do is restart it from the beginning, and I want to annotate it because this series has such a special place in my heart. If you have not read the Magnolia Park series, please pick the book. Please pick up that series and do not judge it too much based on the first book. The first book took me a little while to get into. Didn't love it that much. It was good, but I wasn't like, oh my god, until I picked up the second book. And then once I read that one, that's what really ignited the series for me. I am a Daisy girl through and through. I love Daisy Hates. I love Julian. I love their storyline and their books. But the whole series altogether, you just feel it's such a found family series, and if you love that vibe in a book, you will love this series. It also kind of reminds me a little bit of Gossip Girl, and the writing is beautiful. There's a lot of drama and there's a lot of toxicity, and you just feel like you're in the book with these characters. And I'm so excited to read this one and just start over from it and just, like I said, annotate it and just like really give it my full attention, because I don't know why I stopped when I read it last year when it came out, but I just like was not like able to get into it. I don't know. And then this next one is Daydream by Hannah Grace. So this is book 3 in the Maple Hills series. I read Icebreaker, but I never read Wildfire. I don't know why, I just didn't. But I really want to read this one this fall. It's giving just like cozy fall romance vibes with the books in the background, and everyone's looking. It's a college romance. They play hockey, and then I think our main character is a tutor. Oh, she's also trying to write a novel. So I feel like, oh no, he crashes her book club. I don't think she's a tutor. He crashes her book club, and then she is trying to write a novel, and they're both students, and it just seems really cute and cozy. And I really loved Icebreaker, so I want to read this one. And then the last few books are actually going to be books that I'm going to read on my Kindle. So right now I'm reading A Flicker in the Dark by Stacy Willingham. And wow, this book has been amazing. I am almost done with it. I think I only have 15% left. I'm 85% of the way through the book, and it's so good. If you haven't read that book yet, pick it up, because I love it so much. And then, so like I said, these are on my Kindle. Please ignore, I need to get a new case. But the next few, so I want to read The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by V.E. Schwab. I have that. So this is my Kindle library. I want to read The Good Daughter by Karen Slaughter. And then I want to read Beautiful World, Where Are You by Sally Rooney. And then I also have on here Nocticadia by Carrie Lake. And then Hollow Heathens by Nicole Fiorina. And then The Last Party by A.R. Tor. So I also have on here Winter Garden by Kristen Hanna. And then What Lies in the Woods by Kate Alice Marshall. So I know I just started like listing off books, but these are just like on my Kindle Unlimited library, and I'm really excited. I've been loving reading on my Kindle. Let me know if you guys want me to do like a reading on my Kindle for a week video. I think I'm definitely going to do that, just because I do enjoy reading on my Kindle a lot, especially when I'm just like, if I have to go somewhere or if I just want to like lay down, then I can have my Kindle. I really enjoy this for that. But I have so many books lined up on my library that I will be getting to this fall's full library. So I'm genuinely really excited about that. That's my dog crying. Yes, so that is my fall TBR. I am so excited about all of these books, if you can't tell, and I kind of just wanted to make this video a little bit shorter and just like talk to you guys about the books that are on my radar, and that way maybe you guys can get some book inspo, and then just expect a whole bunch of reading vlogs. I plan to do a bunch of fall reading vlogs and like bookstore vlogs this season. I love going to the bookstore. Jesus. I love going to the bookstore in the fall and just like spending a cozy Saturday, cozy Sunday. So I am going to be having all those videos this season. So I cannot wait. I hope you guys are excited, and I hope you're having a great week, and I will see you guys in the next video.